Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a new figure for you here. I know it's been a little while. I was on a New York trip, and I just didn't get anything while I was on there, and just haven't seen a lot of things that I liked. So, yeah. Now, if you notice in this video that I might seem maybe a little agitated or something like that, that is very simple. I just had an incident where, um, I was recording and someone was trying to pair something and they clicked on the wrong phone, which has happened before quite often. I don't know why. Maybe someone has a similar phone to mine. But yeah, so it stopped my recording. And yeah, I'm not super frustrated, but if I do get like at all like a little agitated or something like that, that might be why. But yeah, so I'm probably going to rush through this part a little bit because I did record this all. So here's the box. I'm just going to let you guys look at it. There we go. And his accessories include this card with a bio, which basically, I'm just going to summarize it real quick. Billy Batson found the Rock of Eternity and got ancient powers, and now he's the world's champion. Again, I apologize if I'm rushing through this. I don't want to record this all again because I just did just a second ago. And I'm also worried that it might happen again. But obviously, if you see this video, it didn't. So, or I found a way to continue it. And then he comes with 2 lightning pieces, and I was trying to show that it can only really work on one arm or something like that for each. I don't know if that's really true. Or is it maybe, I don't know what it is, but like it won't stay on this other arm. I don't know if it's because the thumb or whatever fingers are blocking it from falling on the other arm, but that's kind of annoying to me because I want him to look, cool. I think it is the open hand. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do for his pose for this thumbnail and for my collection. But yeah, so he's got 2 lightnings. And then you see that he comes with a left fist and a right open hand. He also comes with a left open hand and a right fist. So, which I will probably have him have the other fist when I pose him. So, taking a quick look at him, this is obviously from the second movie of Shazam Fury of the Gods. I have not seen this movie yet. I was in New York when the movie came out, so I was not able to see it on the first day like I usually do. But I am possibly going to see it next weekend because I have a 4-day weekend. So hopefully I can go see it with some friends, and maybe I'll actually post a review of that movie so I can actually have another video up for you guys since I don't seem to post as much if I don't find an action figure. And I've thought about maybe posting some comic book reviews or a series of comic book reviews. If you guys would be interested in that, like I've completed at least the main core of Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil, or the Ed Brubaker Winter Soldier Complete Collection book, or whatever the case is. If you would like to see stuff like that, please let me know because I got plenty of that and I can cover it. And thus you guys get more videos because then it won't just be action figures. It'll also be comic books. I've also thought about doing stuff for music. Not playing music, although I'd love to do that. Just talking about like CDs and music that I like. Of course, that could always get interesting because I'm sure that there's some people I listen to that others don't like. So that could get interesting. But let's take a look. So very nice design. I prefer this design of the Shazam outfit over the previous one. I just like longer cape and the more modern look. The only way that would be perfect for me with this design is if he had the hood. I just grew up with Shazam having a hood. So yeah, so you got I don't know if you can see it, but you got the nice texturing throughout. You've got the gold sculpted details. with silver highlights in between them. And then you've got like different patches of darker red. And in the lightning bolt, they kind of have a glowing effect. And they have, it's very hard to see. I don't know. Yeah, you guys probably not going to see it. But on the little pins for where the cape is, there's a sculpted in lion emblem. So that's pretty good. The Zachary Levi head sculpt looks good enough to where it looks like a human being. And it looks like Shazam. That's where I'm going to go with it. It's not bad by any means, but, you know, I do hope that maybe one day they use photoreal or something so we can actually get accurate head sculpts. But for the person who did, you know, design these and paint these, fantastic. It's just that obviously everyone's very well aware of the advantages of having photoreal for action figures. So, also, if you see me, did I mention this? I'm not sure. If you see me go off to the side and blow my nose, or I'll probably pause the video for it, it's because I'm kind of dealing with the very, very last bitter end of the cold. It's one of those things where it's like just continues with just the runny nose, and you're basically fine, but for whatever reason, your nose just doesn't like you. So yeah. Is there anything on the back? Not really, just more textured stuff. And yeah, you know, this is a little bit more pliable and bendable. Of course, in the perfect world, it would have like bendy wires and stuff like that, so we could pose how the cape looks. So, but let's take a look at articulation. So, you can look up that much. You can look down that much. My neck has a tight head joint. You can look side to side, particularly when he looks side to side. I don't know why that is, but it does make me kind of concerned. And then you can tilt his head that far on those sides. It doesn't look like he can shift. He's got the usual ball joint. His arms can move all the way out. He can move forward, back. Got a ball, has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. His wrists have the ability to hold on. Okay, move up. Oh, and move down and swivel. And I'm sure you could do the thing where you can manipulate it around and it can go the you know, like the side to side or the up and down or whatever it's called, and do that. So he's got a diaphragm joint that allows him to look that far up, that far down, and tilt side to side. And then, and then also swivels. And then he's got lower joint that allows him to look a little bit farther up and kind of just move around. His legs can only kick out that far. Kick back that far. They can kind of swivel, double jointed knees, and same thing down here with the feet. Move forward that much, back that much, swivel. It doesn't look like it could tilt. And I'm sure you could do the same thing that you can do with the wrist. And then toe articulation. So, but yeah, so now for comparisons. Also, yes, I'm aware of like the Titans wave, not from the show, though I would love that, or but the comic Titans do have a wave coming out. So I guess before we get into DC stuff to compare them to, let's compare them to some of the other lines that I more popularly collect. Though DC has seemed the easiest to get. So we'll show him off next to the recently got Hot Rod. I guess I should put his arm down and have him look forward. Can't really see him. So obviously shorter, but to show him next to a taller Transformer, here he is next to my boy Soundwave. He is the same height. That is really wild to me. I mean, that's not surprising. I knew what the height was, but like, it's kind of weird to know that if you ever want to do a crossover, it's going to be kind of weird because technically they're not in scale with each other. Because technically Shazam should, I don't know, I guess it depends on the adaptation of Transformers, could be like this tiny or like this tiny, you know. Depends on the adaptation of Transformers, because I've seen them where they're not as big as they do in the movies. And yeah. Next, we shall do, since I have them out, Star Wars The Black Series, Hunter. Not standing fully straight up and down, but yeah, so there you go. There's Hunter. Did finish the season 2, and that made me cry, but I'm not revealing spoilers. You gotta watch that for yourself. Next, let's show him next to another kind of teenage hero superstar. There is Spider-Man. I think that works. You can make it work. You know, plus this is supposed to be an adult body, so it kind of makes sense that he might be taller than Peter Parker. To show him to some other Marvel legends, though, we got to show him next to my favorite Marvel character, Winter Soldier, which is definitely a bit closer in height. Don't know if it's exactly in scale, but I'm sure you could still make it work if you really wanted to. And then finally, we'll show one last Marvel legend before we get into some DC stuff. Here is Namor. So to start off with some DC stuff, I'm going to start off with one of the only DC Multiverse from Mattel figures that I have. This is the Dick Grayson Batman. So obviously not really in scale. Of course, if you wanted to argue that, well, Dick Grayson's younger, stuff like that, but still. Put off to the side. Start off with the first McFarlane figure. Oh, well, that's nice. So I did knock over a bunch of figures. In case you're wondering what that noise was. So that's fun. I'll have to fix that later. Here he is next to Red Hood. Now, Red Hood isn't exactly standing straight up and down, but obviously they are in scale with each other. Man, I wonder which one's more friendly. The guy that, dresses like a superhero, or a guy that dresses up like a guy that's going to hurt you. So, love him, though. Love Jason. I would do Superman, but I kind of am too lazy to take him off the flight stand. So, but there are some other characters we can do. Let's start them off with my only Batman so far. You see, this is much more in scale here. That's much more in scale. I'm planning on getting a second Batman for my Justice League, and so far that's going to be the Ben Affleck Batman from the upcoming Flash movie. I am also planning to get the Michael Keaton Batman from that movie. I'm unsure about the Supergirl. Not because I don't like that version of Supergirl, it's because I don't know if I exactly like that figure. But, tell me if you guys remember this guy here. Here is King Shazam. So, there you go. One of the only villains for them that they've made. And then for the last comparison, gotta compare him to Black Adam. Fortunately, we will never see this happen. But it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to have them next to each other. It looks really cool, and I'm probably gonna play around with them later, and see if I can get a couple of photos of them fighting. You might see some low tier photos posted onto my channel later tonight. It's been a while since I've done actual figure photography, but you know what? Might as well with these two, right? So, but yeah. So, yeah, let me know what you think of the figure, and let me know what your thoughts on the movie if you've already seen it. I've heard it's pretty much like the same type of movie from the first one. Zor. It's good, but like there's not a whole lot different other than that I think the fights are like a lot bigger. That's probably one of the only things I've wanted, so I'll probably really enjoy it. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.